I have a hypothetical question for all you guys. If you enjoy reading books or watching movies, does the idea that they will end and you will be finished them ever make you not want to read them or not want to watch them? Of course, you can always reread them or rewatch them, but it won't be the same as the first time because you already know what happens. So, what's the point of reading them then? Well, the experience? Yeah, that probably has something to do with it. Or maybe you learn something from the movie or book. That helps as well. But I think for the most part, and correct me if I'm wrong, but people read books and watch movies and watch TV shows for the experience. You are living in the moment of opening it and experiencing it. And at that point, that's all that matters. You know it's going to end. You know you're going to finish it at some point. But right now, you are enjoying it. And the same thing can be said for life. So, welcome to a new video where I'm talking about how it's not over yet. Your book, your personal book, is still being read. And even though it will end someday, doesn't mean you can't enjoy the story. Now, just as a little heads up, I will be giving you guys a small trigger warning. Nothing too major, but I am going to be mentioning suicidal thoughts here. So, if that is something that you are uncomfortable with, don't feel obliged to stick around. It's okay. I understand. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so nothing takes you off guard. So, what are the parallels between your life and a book? Now, the thing is I can't be certain about any of these, right? Because the afterlife, of course, isn't confirmed. I think I've made a few other videos about that, but today we're talking about the current life. Now, you can spend a lot of time thinking about what comes after death, but the only thing that we know is life right now exists. And there's a quote from Modest Mouse, which is one of my favorite bands, and it says, "You wasted your life, so why wouldn't you waste death as well?" It may seem like it's just just something for lyrics, just a rhyme, but it really got me thinking. And I don't know if this was the point of the lyric or not, but it got me thinking about why would you waste your life if, that's the only one you get. When I was younger, I struggled with suicidal thoughts. And this goes back a long time. I'd say when I was around 8 or 9. I got bullied in school because I was kind of odd. I think that's the best way to put it. And I was skinnier than a lot of the other guys, and I wouldn't want to like wrestle and stuff, and so they would pick fights with me. And I wrote in my journal. I don't remember exactly what it was. I tore out the pages, but it was something along the lines that what was the point? I don't want to do this. And my parents ended up finding that and confronting me about it. And I would have been about 10 at this point, I think. When they asked me if I needed like an intervention, more or less, I said, well, it's like watching a bad movie. It's awful. It's like an absolute train wreck. But that's the only movie you have. It's the only DVD you have. And so you're going to finish it just to see how it ends because you're this far in anyway. And it's better than just staring at a blank screen. So you're going to let it play rather than clicking the eject button. I said that when I was 10. Now, I don't know if I got taken over by some crazy force or what possessed me to just become a poet. But whatever it was, it stuck with me, and I still think about that to this day. That ties it into my main point, is that your story isn't over. If you're going through a rough patch right now, if your entire life has been a rough patch, and you don't know if it's going to get any better, I'm not here to tell you that it will get better. I hope it will. I really do. But I don't know. Life is so unpredictable. But the point I'm making is that even if it doesn't, that's your story. That's your book. That's your movie. And that's unique. Now, there's plenty of different analogies you can make here, and I'm sure you guys are much better at doing that than I am. But I hope you kind of get the point I'm driving at here, that it's much better to read the book rather than putting it down, if that makes any sense. Now, I've been fortunate enough that I haven't lost any friends to taking their own lives. But I know people who have suffered through a loved one. And it's one of those rough things, because you never know what could have happened, you know. Things could have changed. But you'll never know. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming the victim or anything like that. I sympathize with them 100%. But if you're here, all right, if you're here watching this video right now, that means you're alive. That means you have the rest of your life ahead of you. Doesn't matter how old or how young you are. You still have life to live. So if you could take one thing from this video, I'm not asking you to do anything extravagant or, change the world or, I don't know, start that Sigma grind set. No, I'm just asking you to stick around. Your story isn't done yet, and I want to see the end of it. And I know it's going to be difficult. I know you're going to have chapters that absolutely suck. But sometimes you have to make it through those chapters to make it out on the other side. Everything you go through makes who you are. Makes you who you are. You know what I mean. And I truly believe everything happens for a reason. So, in a nutshell, if you're struggling right now, just remember that your story isn't over. The book is not finished. And you never know what's going to be around the corner. I think, personally, that's helped me. And I decided to make this video to see if I could help someone else too, So, okay. Let me know if this helped you at all. I will keep making videos. But thank you all for your support. All the comments. I love hearing from you guys. But that'll probably be about it for me. I will try to upload more frequently, but I don't know. I've been kind of busy lately, which is weird. But yeah. So, any comments, concerns, anything you want me to talk about in a future video, let me know, because I'm always trying to brainstorm new ideas. So other than that, take care of yourselves. You're all amazing people. I'll see you soon. All right. Okay. Bye bye.